If you look at finances as a scale, so you have the people that don't make a lot of money, you have the people that do make a lot of money, and you have the people in between. Something that you need to realize is the people that do make a lot of money think differently. So if you're somebody that makes medium amounts of money or not a lot of money, then you need to start thinking differently to be able to increase your income. It all starts with your thoughts first. I've noticed that people at the bottom of the financial scale tend to be the people that criticize the most and are the most skeptical about new opportunities. They won't listen, but they'll make a judgment right away.
Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, that's a scam.
And they put this block. No, no, no. It's like, don't try to tell me anything. I will not listen, right? So those are the people that are blocked off to new opportunities. So they'll continue doing what they're doing and they'll continue getting what they're getting. And then you have the people who are a little bit more abundant over here. They're more open to opportunities. They believe that there's a reason that they got shown an opportunity. They believe that there's a reason that this person is talking about this to them at this exact moment. They don't assume everything must be a scam and everybody must be a scammer and everybody wants something from me. They don't assume that. They actually take the time to listen and they do the math and they calculate and they educate themselves. Rich people take calculated risks. Rich people actually think logically about what they're doing. If I go this path, what's going to happen? If I go that path, what's going to happen? There are people out there, and these are the people that become the most financially successful. They're the people that believe that there could be another way. And sometimes they actually look for that new way. And if somebody comes to them and tells them, hey, there's a better way to do this, they might actually listen. People who are stuck in a negative mindset will not listen to a new way or a better way or open up their mind. They'll be stuck in their old ways because they think, oh, that's the old way that used to work, so that's the way that's going to continue to work, without even thinking, oh, maybe there's a better way now. If you think that this is the way that I've always done it, so this is the way that I'm going to continue doing it, without even looking for another way, without even thinking that there might be the possibility of a better way, then you're in for a pretty rough ride, because you're always going to be getting the same results that you're getting now in the exact same way. I love working with wealthy people. I love talking with wealthy people. I also love working with people who are beginning their journey to wanting to have financial freedom and wealth, because those people already think differently. They might not be where they want to be, but they want to be there and they're open to it. Those are the people I like talking to the most. You see, wealthy people understand the power of taking really good calculated risks. So full disclosure, I do have a few programs that teach people how to make money, and there's different levels to it. So you could start watching the free videos, which are completely free. The risk you take is that it's going to cost you time, but not money. And that kind of opens up your eyes to what's possible. And I have programs from $149 a month to $20,000 a month. And some people might think,
oh my gosh, $20,000 is a lot of money. Forget it.
But what if investing the $20,000, you're guaranteed to make $100,000 each month, right? So then it's a different mindset. Spend money to make money. I myself spend $200,000 on growth and investing in myself. And that might seem ridiculous to some people, but it's just because we're on different financial levels. There's some people making way more money than me and they understand that. And there's people making way less money than me and they don't get it yet. But they could get it one day once they get there. You see, because you need to understand the value of investing and the value of taking risks. Even if you took one of my medium programs, think about what's the worst that can happen. So let's think of it this way. If you sat through, let's say, a 1-hour free presentation, and then what did you risk? You risked your time. It didn't cost you any money, and maybe you would have learned something. Maybe it would open up your eyes to a whole new world. Or let's say you're debating between putting $2,000 on your credit card to learn something big. What's the worst thing that could happen? Number one, it's a scam. You were right all along. It was BS. It's a scam. It doesn't work. So what do? You'll call your credit card and you're like, hey, I've been scammed. Your credit cards protect you, by the way. Anything that you buy online with your credit card is protected. And then option 2, it's not a scam and it's actually the truth. And you end up making the money back that you've invested and so much more. And then you go through the levels of wealth creation in a way that you couldn't even have imagined that works. So this is where I'm at. You either get on board and start making something of yourself financially, or you get out of the way and let somebody else do it 1 year, 2 year, and you don't interrupt them. You don't say,
oh, that's bullshit, that doesn't work.
And you don't listen to your broke friends either that say,
it must be a scam.
You don't. You just get out of the way. And maybe you're not ready now, but then in 1 year, 2 years, you watch everyone else do it and you're like, oh, okay, it's starting to work. I can see that it's working. And then you start. But the thing is, Now 2 years have passed, everybody else will be way ahead of you and you'll be 2 years behind. That's why they say the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is now. Lots of people come to me after. They've come to me after they've lost money, after they didn't follow security protocol and they end up getting scammed. And then they come to me wishing they would have just done the class in the first place because they wouldn't have missed out on months and months and months trying to figure it out. And then they wouldn't have missed out on thousands of dollars losing it by doing it the wrong way. You see, taking a program or a class or a course, it actually saves you years of wasted time and thousands of dollars lost. There's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. Most people, the way they think is they try to do everything on their own. This is especially old man syndrome. Like my dad, he'll like spend hours and hours and hours trying to do something on his own instead of just paying someone to do it and saving all that time. And that's how most people think.
Oh, I'm going to learn this on my own.
And then they lose money, they lose time. I've seen it all the time. That's why only a small people decide, I'm going to invest in myself and I'm going to do it right the first time. That way when I start, it's actually done right from the beginning. And that's why the wealthy mindset, wealthy people, that's how they think. I'm going to pay someone to show me how to do it right, or I'm going to pay someone to do it. Smart people take the shortcut. They invest in themselves up front, and that way they do it right. A poor person's mindset is to scrounge, try to save pennies, and meanwhile they're literally stepping over thousands of dollars to try to save some pennies here and there. Let me tell you about the different levels of making money. You have passive income. You might have heard of passive income. You might have heard it's not actually passive income because people are getting it wrong and regurgitating the wrong information all over the place. You see, real estate, for example, it's not quite passive income because there's like a huge setup, right? Sometimes it could take months to find the right property. The end game is basically to collect the rent, and then you're passively making money, but it's like a huge setup, right? You could also make money from dividends in the stock market, for example. But then the problem with that is that when the price tanks, and even then the directors could decide, well, we're not going to be giving away the dividends this quarter, so it sucks to be you. But there is a better way to make passive income. Passive income that you make money no matter what. No matter what the stock market goes up and down, no matter what price it is. The real estate market goes up and down, and no matter what the cryptocurrency market goes up and down. So no matter how the markets move, you still make the same amount of money month after month after month. And this way, it's so much better to calculate the math because you know exactly what to expect. So you could plan your life, right? So the market could go up, down, sideways, doesn't matter to us. That's the kind of passive income that I like. It's like a dream come true. Another level of how you can make money is buy an asset. So let's say you buy some cryptocurrency and you just hold it. You do nothing, and then you're banking on that cryptocurrency going up in value, and then you're selling it, and that's how you make a profit. That's another level. Another level is active trading, like the 2% theory, which you trade cryptocurrency, whether the market goes up, whether the market goes down. You can make money in either direction, and you make a lot more money. So that's more of an advanced level. This is where people start to make the most money. But you do need to go through the levels. You can't just start at the expert level when you're not an expert. You have to go through, and you start smaller, and then you get bigger over time. This is the level where I'm at. And so this is why you could see me trade on Instagram and my stories. You could see sometimes I do a 500% trade, and people are like, what? That's crazy. Or they see me doing, 20%, 30%, 60%, 80%. And my record was 1,200%. And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but that's because some people are not in that space, so they don't understand it yet. But if you ever come into the crypto space where you're actually trading this way, which not a lot of people trade that way, it's a very, very small percentage of the population. Okay, so most people, they're on social media saying like, oh, I've traded once and it didn't work for me. I traded once and I lost money, right? So, okay, you did it one time. Why do most people listen to people that did something one time? So you should be listening to people who are trading like 5 to 20 times every week, right? Those are the people that are constantly doing day after day, consistency. Those are the people that you want to be listening to, not some like broke guy that did it once and then failed and now he's angry and bitter and super loud on social media just telling the world it doesn't work. Those aren't the people you want to be listening to. I really like the passive income method because it's simple, and something that I learned and way back in early 2017, somebody actually told me that I should buy as much Ethereum as possible because if I did, in the future there won't be any, so I better buy it now because in the future we're going to be able to rent it out and make money, right? So that's actually happening now. Maybe not in that exact method that somebody told me, but that's what's happening. That's why you could, for example, take your car. You could rent your car. People could rent the car from you and you could collect money. Although it's not really that passive because you have to meet the person. There's actions to be done, right? But it is possible, just like you could rent your house and make money. So it's the same kind of deal, but it's just different than anything that you might know of right now. It's just different. So you just have to open up your mind and accept that there are other possibilities of making money, and they're a lot easier than the way you're doing it now. And for those people who are like,
Well, if it's that easy, then why isn't everybody doing it?
okay, did you even realize that there's over $8 billion that are getting processed like this daily? It's just that it's a very small group of people. It's not common, right? It's not the common people. There is a lot of money in it and there are a lot of people doing it, but maybe not your friends. Like, so if you look at my group of friends are programmers, software developers, all these people that I grew up with, I went to school with. All of those people are like buying penthouses, traveling around the world. All my friends are literally scattered around the world. And those are my group of friends, and they all make money, they have good money, and they all do crypto. All of my friends do crypto. Maybe one or two I could think of that don't, but most of them do. And yes, I do realize most of us started off a long time ago, but I also know that many people came into cryptocurrency maybe late 2017 when it fell. But if that happened to you, it's okay. I understand. Yes, the market crashed. It's been doing this for a very, very, very long time. The market goes up and it crashes. It goes up and it crashes. Even in 2013, there was a 2-year, maybe even 3 years where it was like really, really flat. And if you just wait a little longer, it goes past the all-time high that it used to. Okay, this is just what it does. But now there's actually another way that you can make money, and you can make money on the way down. You can make money in crashes. You could take the crypto you have left and make more money with it and make all your money back. Okay, and all you need is to be open to the possibility. All you need is to think, hey, could there be another way? Or,
No, everything is a scam. Everybody is scamming me.
okay, so maybe put your self-importance and your protection away for a little while and just think, okay, maybe I'll listen to this free thing about this, or maybe I'll listen to that, and just open up your mind a bit and see if it's possible, and then try. Like I said, what's the worst that can happen if you just try? You know, now I'm on a completely different level and a completely different mindset, even from what I was last year. I realized, yeah, I knew I could be my own bank, but I didn't realize the point where I could actually be my own bank, where I could actually rent out my own dollars, where I could get interest for doing absolutely nothing. And it's the easiest way that I found out of all of the investing ways that I've found. You know, you can make a 6%, 8%, 12%, 18% return a year within a year. It's so freaking cool. And I do realize, yes, I could make 20% in a day. So why would I do that in a year when I could do that in a day? And the answer is, it's just easier. And maybe you have a bigger chunk of money that you don't want to risk into the crypto market. Maybe you like risking a small amount, but then you like to diversify. Maybe you like to leave a smaller amount that you're trading constantly with crypto, and then you're also withdrawing some income, so your income's actually increasing. And then you're taking that income and you're putting it into different kinds of investments. So maybe you're putting into, you know, index funds, or you're listening to the bank, which I have my own opinions on that. Maybe you're putting into like your 2% a year. Maybe you're just comfortable making 2% a year and you don't want to increase to 6 or 12 or more than that. You're just, give me 2% a year, and that's like your protection, because that's all you want. So maybe you're just not even open to that possibility at this point in time in your life. But if you are, find the link below this video or the link around this video, and I'll see you in there.